Welcome back to Showtime on Trust TV. My name is still Chimelli, and this is our sit-down interview segment. Joining me today is an actor and director whose work lives at the intersection of discipline and storytelling. He was trained in theatre and has spent years commanding live stages and shaping performances that demand presence, precision, and emotional truth. Beyond the stage, he has carried that same intensity onto the screen, appearing in film and television projects including Crazy Lovely Cool, Officer Rambo, Sanctity, and Proclivities. Please welcome David Igwe, the should I say the stage maestro? I decided to add that for you at this point. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm good.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
It's amazing to have you here with us today. Now, who is David apart from all of these entertainment jobs? Who are you? What else do you do? What things are you involved in as a person?
You just said apart from entertainment.
Yeah, apart from the film,
entertainment,
stage.
okay, apart from the film, the stage.
Yeah.
But let's still be in that space of the entertainment sector
Okay.
before I take you to a different place entirely.
All right.
So apart from the whole film, acting and directing alongside with stage acting, you can as well see David as a master of ceremonies.
Ah, you see, I said it, the stage maestro. Okay, go on.
So, you know, growing up and then receiving all that training from the stage as a theater person, you will see that handling the microphone as a master of ceremonies is something that I enjoy doing as well, which of course shouldn't be much of a problem because of course I'm a stage person, so I should also see it as a hobby.
Yeah.
So I'm an MC, let me put it that way. So
That's
I anchor
amazing.
events,
Yeah.
wedding shows, events, and birthday parties, as the case may be.
Oh,
But
nice.
I have never anchored a burial anyway.
So, stage acting is very raw and immediate. In a way, we know that, trainings go on behind the scenes, but at the same time, there is no room for errors when you're presenting. So how do you mentally prepare for a performance? How do you get into that space? Because you know that, again, every show is different. The intensity you bring to this show, the emotional depth you bring to the show is definitely different from what you bring to another show. So how do you mentally prepare yourself for each show?
Hard work.
Okay.
Yeah, I say hard work because there is a process that we call rehearsals. And rehearsal is an integral aspect of every theater production. You cannot take away rehearsals from your performance. The larger time you rehearse, the good work you are bound to have. I always tell people that as an actor, you don't understand the language of rehearsal, then I don't think you started. Specifically, stage actors.
Yeah.
You know, when you rehearse thoroughly, when you know fully where you have a performance, like you have a performance in 3 months' time, and then you start rehearsing for like a month, 2 months, as the case may be, daily. You rehearse morning and night, and you keep up to it, making sure that you achieve something every blessed day. There is just no way you won't have a very good show at the end of the day. So these constant rehearsals help most stage actors to deal with errors. During rehearsals, we see our errors, we correct them, we make all the necessary mistakes. Of course, mistakes are supposed to be made so that you take corrections and do what is right. And then you see that all mistakes are made, corrections are given and corrections are taken. And then we proceed from there. So we always see that every single aspect of every performance is being looked into because it's not just the whole acting part now.
Yeah.
Theater is broad. We have the costuming, the makeup, the lights, the set design, and what have you, before you then put the whole acting to match all this. The conglomeration of all these pieces will form the theater as a whole. So all these aspects are being looked into during this period of rehearsals. That was why I said hard work. So as we're rehearsing, every department is at work, trying to see that all the things that is basically needed to put a good show is being put in place.
Okay, so now you work in film as well, rehearsing for that one and then going on screen. So I'd like to know, in preparation and rehearsal, how does that differ from stage to film? Because when you're saying this, I know that even though I am a film person, I think I would also have to say the truth. A lot of times you see productions and you look at it and you're like, the quality, there's a lot of things that, is being missed. Certain things, maybe continuity issues, maybe certain things, maybe the actors, a lot of things that you might see being missed. So, but then seeing that stage goes through a lot of this rehearsal. How does that differ when you're working for stage and when you're working for screen? How does the rehearsal and all of that differ?
Okay, it's just a problem that we've been having over the years, which some directors now have actually seen that, okay, this particular thing is a problem. Let us see a way we try to correct it. I always tell people that a stage actor is different from a film actor.
Yes.
A stage actor will do well if the person starts as a stage actor and then goes into the film space. Why do I say so? During the period of taking this training as a stage actor, you are being taught how to assimilate your lines. Lines assimilation. I've heard countless times film directors complain that most actors are stressing them. Why? Because they are unable to get their lines.
Yes.
A stage actor will tell you that, come on, lines, that's the least of his problems when it comes to acting. So now, when you come to the film sector as a stage actor, it is easier for you to get into that space. That's the film space as a stage actor. It is easier for you. And you see film actors will be like, man, I can't do stage.
Yes.
You ask them why. They tell you that the rigorous rehearsals, they are not in for it. But that is the only way you can do good.
Yeah.
If there is no pain, there is no way you will gain from it. I always tell people like that. For me, now, that process of rehearsing through the stage, it has really built me in such a way that if I go on screen, I always know how to fine-tune my ways to suit in the film space.
Yeah.
Why do I say so? The stage requires your voice, modulation, articulation, and projection. In situations whereby you don't have a microphone, you will need to project. But in film, you don't need to project because the microphone is there for you.
Yes.
And then you don't need to do exaggerated body movements and what have you in film. But you are supposed to do that for stage. Do you understand? So when you come to the film aspect as a stage actor, you already know this. I'm not acting for the stage. I'm acting for the screen. So I have to drop that over exaggerated body movements, what have you, and then also drop that projection because I'm not on stage. This is film now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So most film actors find it difficult to do for stage because they don't have such training. You could see many of them, you tell them I'm going for rehearsals. They look at you, rehearsals, like they don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Okay. All right. So we know that when acting for stage, a lot of times you have to bring to life characters that have either been written for a book or at least, let's say, different playwrights. And we know, again, that screenwriting and playwriting are quite different, right? So how do you connect with characters that are written by different playwrights, while still trying to own the characters? Because, of course, you have to become the characters, especially for stage. But at the same time, you have to connect with them. And have you ever played more than one character on stage? How were you able to manage such, if you have?
You need to be very good as an actor to play more than one character on stage. Yeah, and that is you trying to navigate your way into different persons at the same time.
At the same time.
Good. So it is even easier when it comes to the stage. You can do that with your voice.
To play different characters?
Of course, to play different characters. You can do that with your voice at the same time. And then the people tend to know with your facial expression and then your voice. These are two different people talking, but wearing one particular cloth. Being one particular personality, but two different people speaking at the same time. Do you understand? So this happens. And that rigorous rehearsals helps you to be able to differentiate this. If you don't rehearse, there is just no way you will get it. So this is why I always preach rehearsals to people. You need it. And rehearsals is not just the one you do as a group. The one you do as a group is not enough.
Okay.
You also need to have your personal homework, your personal rehearsal. It is that particular one that helps you to marry these characters, and it's that particular one that helps you to distinguish these two characters you want to play at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. So then how do you personally, because now you've talked about personal rehearsal.
Of course.
Generally, a lot of times when people talk about rehearsal, they think, okay, group rehearsal, right? Personally, what is your personal rehearsal process like when trying to get into characters?
Isolation. Yeah, I isolate myself from people each time I want to wear a particular role.
Okay.
Yeah. If I need to play a particular character, I isolate myself for some time. I try to study that particular character. And then if this particular character is a personality I can see anywhere around me, I start to move around to look out for that particular person. Let me take a madman, for instance. If I am to play a madman now for the stage or screen, as the case may be, I request for my script early enough. I ask for it. I start going through the lines. And then during the time I don't want to touch the script, I go to observe that particular madman. Yes, I do all of those. I go around, I look at this madman, I tend to observe the way the madman behaves, look at what he likes, what he hates, the way he reacts to the people around him, the way he feels. Most times I tend to go close and try to be like a friend just to understand his way of life. And he's still human, even though the person is mad. But I take my time to study this particular madman. And I do that not once, not twice. I could do that for a week or two, depending on the rehearsal time I have. Do you understand? So as I isolate myself from people, I am studying that particular character that I want to imitate, or rather I want to, wear on stage. Do you understand? So isolation, it helps me. That is my own personal juju. Put it that way, yes. So isolation, I isolate myself from people, and then I always assimilate my lines. And sometimes when you move around with your lines, people, and then you are saying it, you are moving you on your own, people feel like something is wrong with you. Yes, I've gotten that particular, I get that questions a lot. I might just be with somebody and all of a sudden I'm lost in thoughts. I'm going through my lines and the person will be like, Dave, are you okay? I said, I'm fine, I'm good. Only few persons who understand your kind of person will be like, oh, leave him. He has a role to play, so he's working on it.
Yes.
So I can actually be like that. So, and it works. I always tell people, just isolate yourself for some time. Pay attention to your script. Try to, be alone and act this particular character on your own. And you see yourself day by day, you are gradually wearing the clothes of this particular character. Where the issue is after playing this role, how do I get out
exactly
of this
I was coming to that.
Okay,
so what is your process for unwearing the character?
Of course. Before I will tell you that, I will tell you what happened to me some years back in school when I played Ezulu in a recreation of Chinua Achebe's Arrow of God.
Yes.
We did a play for it titled When the Arrow Rebounds, written by Emeka Nwabweze.
Yeah.
That was Achebe's novel Arrow of God. So I acted Ezulu, and Ezulu happened to be the lead character in that play, and who happened to be the chief priest of Ulu that had a mandate to take care of the people's. He was a custodian of the people's culture and tradition in that particular play. So I wanted to play Ezulu. When I was given the script, I went through it and I saw the difficulty in trying to play that particular role. Why do I say it was difficult? Because it had this whole lot of fetish things that I needed to get involved into. But because I am someone that always wants to wear my character, I went in for it. Yes, I went in for it. Okay, first I isolated myself from other students because the lines were much, and then the character needed to be something out of this space entirely. Do you understand? So I isolated myself from people, and there was no personality around for me to say, okay, I want to go and imitate her. Instead, I was trying to watch videos, see, online. I went online making research. I watched the videos and what have you of some persons who are basically custodian of tradition and what have you. I checked to see how they were able to carry their culture around and the tradition and what have you. So I did all that, and I was able to play that particular role. But the problem I had was when I finished, how to leave that character was the issue. It's usually the issue when you get so much into it. That was even the period I lost my hair. Yes, I became bad. I was never bad. I used to have hair, but after
so is that why you're covering it? We're supposed to see the evidence of being Ezulu. I think we're supposed to actually see that.
Okay, so that was as in.
So the character did not just you didn't just become the character for a moment. The character took your hair.
The character took my as in I was. Each time I tell this story, people will be like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yes, it happened to me."
Oh my God!
Like, are you serious? I say, "Yes, this is my story. It happened to me." And this has been like 7 or 8 years ago.
And the hair did not grow back again.
I did not grow back. This is it. I did not grow back again since then. It's been like this. Do you understand?
We're supposed to see, I'm supposed to just see very well.
Okay, so this is it.
He really showed me.
Yes, I did, because I'm proud of it, because this time I look, I said, wow, I remember my days
this is the mark.
in University of Nigeria Soka on that stage, having a man I respect so much, a writer, Wole Soyinka, seated to see me perform that particular play. And he stood up and he was clapping because he saw the way I wore that particular role. That character was out of this place to play Ezulu. And each time I pass through people, they'll be like, Ezulu. And then you hear the chief priest of Olu. So and I was like a demigod on that stage. Sorry to say, but that was how I felt. Because I wore that particular character.
Yes.
It was in me. And afterwards, each time I'm moving, it's as if I'm just rendering my lines. I just say the lines. Each time I say anything I say, I'm saying it.
Yes.
It was like that.
Yeah.
That is what stage acting can actually do to you.
The guy that played Jeffrey Dahmer.
Okay.
He's always playing intense characters. And he played about 3 or so of those. And he suddenly said he's not taking any more of that. He needs time. He needs to play something really cheeky, something, superficial, something just really normal, away from all those very deep and intense characters. Now, another person is John Boyega.
Okay.
When he played the Marine in Breaking, I watched a lot of the interviews in that movie. And he talked about, just like you said, your process. Because when you were talking, that was the same. This is actually sort of the first time, maybe because you're a stage actor, that I've heard actors talk about this very intense process. And John Boyega talked about that a lot, going to see the man's family, hearing voice recordings of the man, how the man, behaved, his mannerisms, the way he talked and everything, so he could imitate the man. And then he said when playing the character is such, there's a way the character is. So when playing that character, he found himself becoming that very melancholic, that very sad person, And at the end of the shoot, every day, he made sure to do something crazy, kind of like to dissociate himself
from that
because
character.
He noticed, from the rehearsals up until the time of shooting, he realized that even away from screen time, he was this man. His behavior was mirroring what this man was. Yes, the character kind of took over his normal life. So every day at the end of shoots, he would do something crazy. He would probably go to the club. He would just make sure he does something that is out of the ordinary that the man would do. Then when he comes back, he can, take back the character. So now for you personally, if there is no show coming up, how would you unwrap that character from yourself? How would you take that character away from you? Or how would you even advise people to, maybe not generally, something to do, because it might not be one shoe fits all, but how would you take yourself away from a character that takes so much from you emotionally?
Okay, so before now, I always look for another character to play, because it's the best way for me to get out of that previous character. But with what you've said now, I think I need to learn from that man. Yes, because I think it's a very good method. You try to, go somewhere, do something entirely different just to get out of that particular character. Because this thing we're saying is real.
It is.
It is real.
It is. Okay, so now another example is Michael B. Jordan. I think when he played Killmonger, he talked about becoming this very angry person. He had to go to therapy. For over 6 months to get that character away from him. So you see, different things are working for different people. So now for you, I've just learned is taking up a new character.
Taking up a new character.
So,
basically.
so in the period of taking up a new character, let's say the show happened today and you don't get another show until, say, 2 months. What would you be doing in that time frame between the show landing and 2 months where you get another character to immerse yourself in? How would you become your normal self in that 2 months? Or would you just continue, you know, carrying this character along with you in everything that you do?
Okay, so I return back to my tabernacle.
Your isolation.
Yeah, I return back to my tabernacle where, not isolation in terms of trying to get into another character. No.
But yeah.
My isolation in talking to my God. Because I have periods that I'm always on my knees. I talk to God and what have you. I could do that for a long time, depending. While I'm doing that, I am waiting.
Okay.
While I'm doing that, I am waiting. And as I'm doing it and I'm waited for too long and nothing is forthcoming, I get in touch with my designs because I do graphic design online. So I start doing it, or I go and paint. I learned how to paint, so I start painting.
Okay. Kind of like to take your mind away
just
from...
to take my mind off it. You get just take my mind off it until another role comes to play, and then I go in for that one.
Okay.
That's what I do.
That is a process. That is so... See, this is one of the 100 reasons why I probably will not be doing stage play. Thank you so much for coming through. This has been such a masterclass, and I really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you.
All those questions I am saving for you, because I'm going to bring you back and we're going to continue from where we stopped.
Oh, that would be nice. But you need to tell them that my film is showing tomorrow.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Well, that's not for me to say. That is for you.
Oh, so I can go ahead and tell them.
Just a little. So you have a film that is coming up. You were angry in the film?
That's another thing. Amadi was an angry character. Oh God. Another Zulu. Okay, but anyway, the film is going to be out in cinemas across the nation from tomorrow, titled To Adego with Love. Yeah,
he's angry. I don't know, every time that I see Dave, he's always angry.
Hey.
I've never seen Dave act a lover boy. Never. Try it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something. Every time I see you, there's always something. You're fighting, you're either fighting something or something is fighting you, or you're angry. There's always something. Act a lover boy today.
I think I should start telling the producers, please,
yes,
I want to be a lover boy.
Yes. Act a lover boy. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. It's been a pleasure having you here in the studio.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. That is unfortunately all we can take today on Showtime here on Trust TV. My name is still Chimelli. Do join us again next week for another thrilling and beautiful episode.